A beautiful African woman came to visit Israel recently. And, she documented a little bit about what her experience was like, and I wanted to jump into this. I'm going to make this video a partnership with an organization called African Jewish Alliance. Their link will be in the description below. I've just started working with them, hopefully on some big projects, to try to make a change in the anti-Israel bias in Africa and try to tie a closer bond between people of African descent, Israelis, and Jews. Let's take a look. Here it is.
Just recently, I came back from a trip to Israel.
Controversial?
Very controversial. And I would tell you, the reality of where the world is when it comes to critical thinking and nuance became so real to me when, just a few days before coming back, I got so... The flood of messages I was getting on social media.
About you being there?
About my being there. Zero context. You see, we've taken away the right for people to go and actually have first-hand experiences in places just because it is not, the trend is telling you should be pushing for this.
Cancel
it. But what information do you have? So that for me gave me so much. I've been thinking about it a lot. I think I came back a very changed person. I don't think I'm the same person that traveled to that country.
Why?
It's, these material and things that you interact with on headlines, curated by different people, different organizations, and I say curated because...
We know.
Yeah, we know how it works. And being there, speaking to different kinds of people, you speak to people in government, you speak to victims of the kind of the chaos that's happening there. You speak to families that still have missing family members that are being held captive, going to see villages that were burnt down, and the reality of it really clicked. Just recently, I came back from...
Beautiful. I saw this clip first thing in the morning. I believe this is her account, or is this no, sorry, this is a partnership with, this is the podcast. It's called The Long Form, weekly podcast by Sani Natyomba. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of that. Natyomba. From Rwanda, it looks like. Country that is high up on my list to visit. So he gives us the full breakdown, or she gives us the full breakdown. I'm not sure who this woman is either. Just trying to get more information out of her, but it doesn't say. Oh, Fellaris Wambui. Fellaris Wambui. She's an advocate, goodwill advocate, and she's a radio host from Kenya, from Nairobi. And I think it was the most beautiful thing in the world to wake up to today, because when I heard her testament about her visit to Israel, I was like, yes, that's it. I will never pretend to you that everything is all sunshine and rainbows in Israel. It is not all sunshine and rainbows in Israel. It's chaotic. It's a mess. We have racism. It exists. Yes, it does. Absolutely. Anybody who tries to tell you otherwise is lying to you. But it's pretty damn close to being very, very, very good and very peaceful and very not racist. We have individuals who are bad people. Every society does. And the thing is, I think that drives me crazy is that we're always held to this insane standard, like we can't have any fucked up individuals amongst us. Like, this is the only country in the world that can't have people that even go out and do fucked up things in the world. It's the only country in the world that's not allowed to have that. We're held to a completely different standard than everybody else. And again, this is not in any way to victimize us, because I don't believe that we're victims. But it's like the most insane thing in the world. We're always held to this retardedly different standard. And I think that the way to combat that, if you want the honest truth, you got to come here. When you come here, all of a sudden, you see a totally different reality. You see a beautiful, wonderful reality of semi-coexistence. I mean, we do coexist. It's not perfect, but a bunch of ethnicities and a bunch of different backgrounds and cultural backgrounds and foods and cultures intermarrying and intermixing. And it's the most beautiful thing in the world. It really is. I actually think that opposed to the diversity that we have in the West, which is always championed as an amazing thing. The reason why diversity in the West doesn't end up panning out well or doesn't end up working a lot of times is because diversity in the West, you don't have anything to bind you together. You just have people from different cultures who come and they end up just living, they end up cohabitating in the same spaces, but they're not really coexisting. What makes Israelis true coexisters? What makes Israel a society that has to coexist, that has to come together? It's the shared factor that no matter if you're an Israeli of Kenyan descent, which exists, or if you're an Israeli of Iraqi mixed heritage descent, or of Polish descent, of Ethiopian descent, it doesn't matter. The shared commonality we all have is that everyone around us wants to kill us. Everyone around us believes that we don't have a right to be here, and everyone around us condemns us. And that's something that Israelis, we actually 99% of us can come together and say, hey, we don't want this to end. We've got a good thing going here. We've got a really good thing going here. And not from the perspective of it's only Jews. No. The Christians, the Arabs, the Muslims, the Jews and the Druze and the Bedouins and everybody else in between, we all can recognize that we've got a really, really good thing going here. Not perfect. Never perfect. It will never be perfect. But a good thing indeed. And we want to safeguard that. We want to keep that for generations to come. And I think it's one of the most important things in the world. And I love to hear her testament visiting our country. I love to hear her testament coming here and seeing it with her own eyes and realizing, hey, people are being taught to not be able to think for themselves. People are being taught that if you go somewhere, you need to be shamed or canceled, which that's probably what she dealt with. She was probably canceled by a small community of idiots online for coming here. And that's indicative of the society we've built for ourselves, definitely in the West. It's kind of shocking me to hear that even in Africa, even in a place like Kenya, she's dealing with the same situation. This cancel culture has become so rampant, but it all festers in these sort of liberal pockets on the internet. These sort of faux liberal. It's not even real liberalism. It's just a cult. It's this idea that we know better than you. Who the fuck are you to tell a black woman from Africa that she can't come to the Holy Land to experience a part of, I'm assuming she's Christian, a part of her religious heritage, and to see a place that has been the land bridge of civilization, the literal land bridge of civilization, where it's a good chance to believe that people from her heritage, from Kenya, at some point walked this land, even settled in this land. Who the fuck are you to tell her she can't, or that she's a bad person for coming to see it? Well, I stand with her, and I'm proud of her, and I'm happy for her, and I'm glad that she visited us here in Israel. And I don't know if this clip will make it to her. I know these clips now go very far and wide. Open invitation anytime in the future to come back. I will happily guide her or her friends or help point them in the right direction to enjoy themselves here. And this goes for everyone who's visiting Israel. I think it's one of the most important things in the world. I think that as Israel, we've really fucked up in our perspective of how we have guests visiting our countries. A lot of times we've been focused specifically on Christian tourist groups rather than having a major focus on everybody being able to visit this country and having access. And I think one of the things we really misstepped with here, with tourism, for example, is we completely forgot about the lower economy countries, the lower economy budget backpackers who never had the experience to come and backpack across Israel, to fall in love with an Israeli man or an Israeli woman, to come surf on the beach, to stay in a hostel, to share a beer with an Israeli in Tel Aviv. We focus so much on religious tourism, and that's very important as well, but tourism that was based around Christianity and Judaism, that we didn't take a moment to allow people to visit our country. And that's something that if I was in charge of the tourism sector in this country, which inshallah one day I can reach those levels and actually have conversations with those people. We'll get there. I'm sure we will. I would knock them in the right place. I would tell them, listen, everything you've been doing is wrong. The whole strategy is wrong. But look at her. She's a testament of it. She comes, she visits this place, and she sees for herself. It's not what they're telling me. And I love that. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you a long time. Goodbye, Klats. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.